And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Arcadia Quest has become one of my favorite games. It's light, it's simple, but it's just sheer fun in a box as you go through, hack and slash your way through dungeon, but hack and slash your opponents at the same time. Well, I was very excited for the first expansion for this, Beyond the Grave. We're going to fight undead. Oh, that's great, because, you know, undead, they come back to life, they walk slowly, it's hard to kill them. Is that going to be incorporated in this? And is it going to do so without being overly creepy? Well, this game isn't overly creepy. It has that chibi, nice, cutesy effect. I'm pretty sure I'm going to like this expansion, right? Let's see. The new expansion of Arcadia Quest comes with a new book that explains some of the rules and adds new campaigns. It also comes with a new campaign sheet. Now, this campaign is slightly smaller than the original campaign. The original campaign at 1, 2, 3, 4 had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This one has 9, but that's not a problem. 9 gives you a complete full campaign anyway, since you don't repeat any of the different things. Now, the whole focus of this campaign is on the undead. But it also adds some other things. You get a sickle card now. This is a starting weapon for each person. So what you'll do is you'll get the sickle along with the original ones that everyone else has, and you're going to only pick 5 of them. Unless you're playing with me, in which case I just give everybody all 6. What does it matter? The sickle's a different cool starting weapon. It's a 2 attack, but it also gives you a free reroll. And it's the only die to do that. So you will find people will often pick this one over the parrying blade, or sometimes even over the slingshot. I don't know. Like I said, I give everybody 6 cards. If everybody gets them, what's the difference? The game also comes with a bunch of new tiles that will be used in the campaigns, although you're going to need some of the tiles from the old campaigns. These new tiles have that whole death look around them. And there's new RIP cards, Rest in Peace. These are going to be placed on the board based on the mission, and when you move one of your dudes into one of these spots. So let's say that my character moves into a spot. I have the option of flipping the card over or not. If I do flip it over, something's going to happen. It could be good or it could be bad. Here's some examples. Here, I activate a villain or minion. So I get to pick another minion, move it, and attack with it against a hero of my choice. Here's a banishment. I can send somebody here to the banish tile. Doesn't act like they're dead. I just got rid of them for a while. So I get no credit for killing them, but they are gone. Acid Rain does every enemy hero that's in an outdoor space takes a wound. Here's Wake the Dead, brings a monster back from the dead. Here, everyone has to exhaust an attack card. Or here, all the heroes in your guild heal a wound, and you can remove a death curse from a hero. That's a great one. So there's some cool things. My favorite's Hidden Stash, where you get a card from the last upgrade deck and give it to one of your heroes. Yay, free card! There's also new monsters. There's 5 new minions. We have your Slasher Zombie, a Ghost, a Skellebone, an Axe Flinger Zombie, and a Necromancer. Well, he's actually a major minion, but anyhow, they're still minions. This guy, if he rolls critical hits, can bring someone back from the dead. This guy here, if you don't kill him completely, he's not dead. He heals all his wounds. This guy's a normal guy, but has a defensive die. This guy here is the same way. If you don't kill him completely in one shot, he comes back from the dead. And the ghosts can go through walls. There's also some new major villains here in this set. You have Ivan, who can take control of your people. Dr. Spider, who, if he attacks you, he can put you on the spawn tile, where you have to wait until this is filled up till you can come back out again. Frank, who's one of my favorite models of the game. I just love this take on Frankenstein's monster. Just a really cool model. He's pretty powerful because for every wound he has, he rolls an extra attack die. And the Dread King, who is so big that when he's on the board, he takes up a complete tile and counts as 2 people. He is the big bad boss of this one. Only critical hits score a hit against him, and he can shove a character, dealing 1 wound to each shoved character. He can push them away. Not all is bad, though, in this expansion. There are some good guys, too. There are Chaz and Darren. Well, okay. We're going to say that calling these guys good guys. They look like they're bad guys who are on the side of good. Chaz does rolls an extra 2 dice as long as he's not wounded. So he starts great, but I don't know if I would use him or not. Darren rolls an extra die on attacks against targets that have no wounds. So he's like bloodthirsty, or I don't know what that would be. There's also a bunch of new cool equipment you can get. There's some great rewards. Look at this. This is actually a level 1 here, but a dead shot. This here gives you an extra die to a bow attack and an extra die for each death token your hero. There's a lot of cards in this game that deal with the death token. So maybe you're someone who gets killed a lot. That makes your dead shot even worse. Or here, if someone's attacking you who has death tokens on them, this will cancel a wound. Or the Rune Wing gives you an extra reroll per death token. Sorrow gives you an extra attack die per death token. This is one of my favorite weapons in the game, actually. And here's another Necromonicon, a die to any attack per death token on the target. The Fortune Dice is probably my favorite new card, because before you roll, you can predict how many hits or saves you're going to get, and if you get that number exactly, you double the amount. You have a Warding Signet, which is basically an aura. If someone moves next to you, they take a wound. Here, only critical hits on a defensive roll score saves against this, and it's +1 against monsters. This is definitely one of the best weapons of the game. And you have Impale and Summoning. You can summon monsters to attack your opponent. You can banish people. And then there's the Skull Mace. If this deals any wound, choose and exhaust one of your target's cards. So you hit them, and then you exhaust one of their own cards. So this is basically all the different things that come in this set. Heroes and monsters. I mean, there's a lot more monsters than I showed you initially. But there you go. You can't argue with more stuff, right? More monsters, more missions, more heroes, more equipment. You know, the decks, the rules say, well, if you're going to add these to make sure that the equipment piles are right, you might want to take out some other stuff. Forget that. I just throw it all in. I would love to be able to get like a mission generator to put some of these zombies and different things out there, mix them with the old monsters. I think that'd be fun. But as a straight campaign, this one's fun, and it's harder than the original campaign. The Dread King and Dr. What's that loser's name? Dr. Spider. He's a pain in the neck. Pain in the neck. And Igor, oh man, and it's fun. Zombies and skeletons can be a very scary thing, but here they're done in a lighthearted way, and yet this feels like a different take on the same system. And yet you still get to go around, smash each other with new equipment and such. So, to me, great expansion. It's more of the same, basically, but also different. It doesn't add any major new rules of the game, but I'm pretty happy with that. This is fun. The game is fun. Let's not overly complicate it. Beyond the Grave does that. Just add some great undead to the game. I like it. Dice Tower Judgment into my collection.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.